Yo everyone, Boxkura is here. I am here to explain you two things. One is the guide of pop growth. The second is to make you know that I am back to do videos. I'm gonna do this guide kinda fast because it's not too hard to understand. So in other countries you want to play, you need to maximize the pop growth. Let's say the active population. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna explain you is that your population grows every week, but in this game it tells you like which how much population you're gonna get in 1 year. Okay, so you want to max this, and another thing I'm gonna tell you later. But okay, first we need to like know how to increase that. Okay, the first is the laws I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so you have different ways to do that. First is a healthy insurance. The best healthy insurance you want, health system, sorry, is the public healthcare. Is the best by far. You always want this. You have no like. Don't think it. Like you, if you can, boom, public health. Like you want to rush really. Like depends of the country you are playing. You really need to rush this day one. Like well, I'm saying like European countries that has the good technologies like Russia, France. They can get this really easy. So they can rush it and get more population because it's really strong. Because it gives you quality. It gives you a mortality that, as you imagine, it's better pop growth. And pollution, standard living, like it's super crazy good. Another thing that gives you like pop growth, let's say it, is this one of these two laws that gives you it gives you what dangerous working conditions in both laws. So I mean, it's not gonna give you like a crazy population, but it's good actually. Another thing that gives you more pop growth, compulsory primary, because you remove the 5% mortality in farmers, laborers. This is crazy. By the way, I mean, it's not like crazy, but you're gonna get like a 0.3% of pop growth in that, depending of the game stage you are. The legal, I'm gonna explain you something of this law. Okay, this is really important. So depending of the country you are playing, like imagine like France, Russia, Spain, blah 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 blah. You usually want to swap to level 1 ship, but after when you are in the 60s, 70s, you swap to woman suffrage. I'm gonna explain you why about that, because this is the other part of the video, the workforce ratio. But you're saying that when you're a small country, you prefer workforce ratio than birth rate, and then swap to woman suffrage. But you have like a more big country. You prefer the 5% birth rate. You have another things that to get more pop growth is the religious. You get a 5% more birth rate. You have mandates. In this, I'm playing with mods, but don't worry. In the mods, where is this? Here. Okay, so in vanilla is more, is a less 10% mortality, so it's another way to get more pop growth. Another way to get pop growth is with the Catholics and Orthodox. Well, this is not Catholic. The Orthodox and Catholic people gives you 5% more pop growth. Depending of the country you are, like India, you get here less. No, it's not the here is here. Yes, depending of the country, you have like unique bonuses that they're good, like this. That gives you a lot of work. This is a lot of work. This is a lot of population, like because all of your countries fucking in agriculture, so it's decent. And another way to get more pop growth is when you have territory. United States is the easiest country to see that. When you have like a territory with a lot of farmlands like this, and you have zero population, you get a buff of pop growth. You can see by the way the pop growth here, the pop growth and the mortality, and you have like a decent amount of pop growth. Only like it's increased if you have less farm If it's if there is still a population in these places, you get the pop growth buff. Another thing you need to know is about if you have more literacy equals less pop growth. So less pop growth means more pop growth. Literally, it gives you pop growth, because you can see here another province, workers, for example. So if you go to here, you're gonna see that he has a less 3% because for unemployed people, blah blah. You get a less 5%, and he's a 2% for a poverty woman that gives you 2%. And you go to mortalities. Why? 5% for Prussia, the poverty woman, dangerous conditions. That's the thing you have to remove with the law I told you, and standard living. Yeah, and the last one I have to say is the standard of living, okay? Because how the game works is the maximum pop growth you can get by a standard of living in the past was 20. So a pop, if he has 20 of quality of life, it has the best pop growth possible by standard of living, but they decreased that to 15%. So you want to, well, depends of the country you are. Maybe you want, like, if you're Russia and you say, no, I am a pop growth maxing, you say, okay, I want to all my people have 15% or 15 of standard of living, and yeah, you want it. So that's like that's all the ways to get pop. I mean, Spain has an event to get pop growth, but removing that, well, you can get migrations, okay, but pop growth, that the migration doesn't include pop migrations, okay? So that's the only way that you can get more pop growth, so more population, okay? But now we are gonna go a bit technical, okay? That's a big technical, that's what we want. I'm gonna explain you how workforce ratio works and why the population you have is like kind of fake, okay? So technically, for example, Russia has 55 population, okay? 55 population. So this is fake. He doesn't really have that population. The real population you have is 3.3 million, 13.1 million, and 300k population. Okay, why? The dependents, they're not really population. Dependents are not working. The real workers in your country is the unemployed, the peasants, and the getting employed, that is the people that is working right now. So Sweden, for example, is a country that has, like, let's say 3 million population, but the real population he has is 1 million, okay? Let's say, yeah, 1 million. That's because in the mod is buffed, okay? But, and you ask, okay, so you are telling me that the population I have is not real. So what happens with the fake population? So the fake population, and you say, but they have a quality, they consume a lot less, and they depend of the real population you have. Because if you see the economy of your pops, they have the weekly income, like what they are earning, the workforce income, and the dependence income. So parts of the income of the population you have, they go to the dependents, so they can, like, they have a real, like, they have an income, right? And they can consume a bit, literally like almost zero. So, but yeah, they exist, okay? They depend on your population. So what do you want to do in your country? Like, you want to get more pop growth and more workforce ratio, because workforce ratio, what it does is takes, like, you make you destroy dependents and you create them to peasants, and you say, okay, but how much population is dependents and how much is active population? Okay, that's an easy question. You can go to society, you can go to cultures, and well, the easiest way is go charts, to be honest. So right now, the 30% of my population is of North Germans are active, and 70% they are not working. And you say, oh, then wait, workforce, that's what the communists give me, the workforce ratio, and it gives me this law, the women's suffrage. Yes, exactly. So what do you want to do with all the countries is really max the workforce ratio. Well, but you say, yeah, but it's super strong because when I put this law, I will have more 5% of population. No, that's a fake statement, okay? So when you put that law, slowly, it's gonna increase your workforce ratio, because the workforce ratio probably is the way to get population more slow in the entire game, okay? Because let's imagine, okay, every year, imagine you have okay, right now Prussia has 30%. Okay, this pop has this workforce. Okay, so the thing is, when you put this low, it slowly. But then when I say slowly, it's not like 1% of 5, and every year you get 1. No. It's 0.2% workforce ratio every year, like more or less, because it depends. Because if you when you have a war, okay, if you have a war, you will see that you have the casualties and you have the wounded, okay? So how this works, okay, the wounded people becomes dependents again, and they slowly go back to become active population. So to get So I mean, it's to say that if you go to the war, you lose workforce ratio. It's not like you get a 0.2% workforce ratio every year. It's super slow. And if you have, and depends also on of the maximum workforce ratio you have. For example, if you have a 5% plus, because I didn't say that, sorry, forgot it. You have, well, no, yeah, I said sorry. You have a 25%. So if your maximum is 30, you're gonna get a 0.02. You're gonna get a 0.01 because it depends of the maximum workforce ratio you have. So you really want to maximize the workforce ratio max at really fast because it's super slow, and if you do it before all the concerts around you, you're gonna overscale them a lot. I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm gonna tell you also a tricky wiki lemon squeezy thing, because the workforce ratio a lot of people like forgets about them, and it's really important. Okay, this is it's a multiplayer game I had, okay, with this mod, and I had 32% workforce ratio, and let's see my population. I have 53 million population, but I have 18 million active population. And if you compare it with Spain, for example, well, not Spain, like Italy. Okay, Italy has 13 million. I have 2 million more population than him, but the real population, I have 5 more million population. The difference is absolutely crazy. Like, and look, I mean, literally 5 million population with a small countries or big country. Imagine like a 5 more workforce ratio in this Germany. Like, the difference will be so crazy, and you can really overscale people only with that. So that's the thing I wanted to show you, the workforce ratio and the pop growth. That you really, oh yeah, and that's why I say that Scandinavia, well, Sweden doesn't really want pop growth because he gets like 0% workforce. 0%, like he gets 0% population every year. He gets like 2,000, and that's 0. He prefers to go workforce ratio, okay? So yeah, that's all the guys I wanted to show you. If I forgot about something that you know, tell me in the comments, and see you guys. Kiss kiss.